Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to day number 3, game number 12, here at the 2019 Nova Scotia Major Bantam Hockey League Provincial Tournament. And we need to begin this morning with an apology and a retraction. I am sorry, I was wrong. I made a mistake last night when I said that the Bombers were mathematically eliminated by virtue of their loss last night against the South Shore Lumberjacks. I failed to take into account all of the potential scenarios, and there is still a potential scenario in which the Bombers make the semifinals. They need some help. They need a lot of help, but they are still alive. So Pictou County hockey fans right now are big fans of the Cape Breton John Ol' Jim Cougars, because that scenario that would see the Bombers make it to the semifinal includes the Cougars getting a win or a tie in this morning's game against the Gulls. They would also need South Shore to beat Excel Physio in the 10 o'clock game. If both of those things come to fruition, then there would be a two-way tie for fourth between Excel and the Bombers. First tiebreaker would then be head-to-head, not number of wins, and therefore the Bombers would make it into the semifinals. So I am sorry for those fans of the Bombers to whom I said we were eliminated, and I say we because I, as a member of the Pictou County hockey community, feel like I am a big fan of the Bombers. I feel like I am part of that Bomber family. But I was incorrect. The Bombers are still alive. But obviously with them not playing today, their destiny very much not in their own hands. Now that we've gotten that apology and retraction out of the way, let's get into getting ready for today's games. We've got another pretty full schedule for you, not nearly as full as yesterday, obviously, but we've got 5 games today, including a pair of semifinals that will be taking place this evening. Coming up, we're going to wrap up the round robin with this first game. Again, it's the Gulls taking on John Ol' Jim. Then at 10, Excel Physio takes on South Shore. And then at 12 o'clock, a game between a couple of teams who are playing for pride. They both have already been mathematically eliminated, but they are both going to be trying hard to avoid finishing in 7th in this tournament. That will be the Rangers and the Pro Hockey Life Storm. After that, there will be a little bit of a break. We'll have the presentation of the tournament awards and then the 2 semifinal games, starting at 5 o'clock and then at 7:30. So that's what we have lined up for you today. And also a quick side note, during that break that we have after the end of the round robin and prior to the start of the semifinals, over on the other sheet of ice here in this building, it's going to be game number 1 of the Nova Scotia Female Midget Hockey League Nova Scotia Championship, the series between the Northern Subway Selects and Metro Station 6. Station 6 Fire, I apologize. Not Metro Station 6, Station 6 Fire. That'll be played over on the other sheet of ice. So if you can get down here 4 games today, there's great Major Bantam action on this sheet of ice. There'll be great female midget hockey over on the other sheet of ice, all happening here at the Pictou County Wellness Center here today. Taking a look at this morning's game, the first game of the day, the Gulls take on the Cougars. Both of these teams are guaranteed spots in the semifinals, regardless of how this game plays out. The Gulls, with a record of 2-0-1, with a victory this morning, would clinch that number 1 seed and would be playing in the 5 o'clock semifinal. For the Cougars, with a victory, they would set themselves up for possibly having that number 1 seed, pending the outcome of the game between the Lumberjacks and Excel Physio. If this game ends in a tie, the Gulls would be in position again. It would depend on tiebreakers. They might be able to get first. They might end up in second. A lot of things can still play out. But as mentioned, the scenario right now for the Bombers, the host team in this tournament, who finished with a record of 1-1-2 after a heartbreaking loss last night, They would make the semifinals if and only if the Cougars get a win or a tie in this game and South Shore beats Excel Physio in the next game. Looking at the keys to this game, the first key has to be the final presence of Leighton Carruthers. I say final, or finally the presence is what I meant to say. Leighton Carruthers missed the first 3 games of the round robin. He will be in the lineup for the Gulls in this game. Carruthers with 61 points in 31 regular season games. A big part of a high-powered offense for the Gulls. He will be finally back into the lineup. Obviously, you've got to figure that that's a big plus for the Gulls. Playing devil's advocate, however, the Gulls' lines have played with quite a bit of chemistry over the last 3 games. Is it possible? I say probably not, but is it possible that his re-entry into the lineup might mess with some of that chemistry? I say highly doubtful because he was part of the lineup for so many games through the regular season, but stranger things have happened. That is the first key, the presence of Leighton Carruthers. The second key is going to be the goaltending matchup. You've got Noah Harvey, who has yet to give up a goal at this tournament for the Gulls. He played in 1 game. He won that game by way of a shutout. So a goals against average of 0 and a save percentage of 1,000. Obviously, your stats can't get any better than that. He'll be coming in with a lot of confidence, while Darian McInnes had a great performance yesterday for the Cougars, giving up just 2 goals and getting a save percentage of .947 in the victory for the Cougars yesterday. McInnes and Harvey will be a big part of determining who gets this victory here this morning. And the third key to this game is the comparative schedules that each of these teams had. The Gulls were off the ice at 6 o'clock last night. Plenty of time to get to a restaurant, get some food into them, get home, or get to the hotel, and get a decent night's sleep. The Cougars, they played in the 6 o'clock game last night. They didn't get off the ice until 8. Taking the fact that you had to go and then grab a bite to eat. You had then a little bit of time to try and get your bodies and your minds settled down after the game, and then be back here at the rink for 6:30, 6:45 this morning. That 2 hours of difference could play a factor. Granted, these are young men whose bodies don't nearly take as long to turn around as some of us older guys. But the fact of the matter is, there is that 2 hour difference between when the Gulls left the ice and when the Cougars left the ice. Potentially advantage Gulls. So those are your 3 keys to the game. Leighton Carruthers getting in, Noah Harvey and Darian McInnes as your starting goaltenders, and the relative turnaround time for each of these teams. We need to as well talk about the special teams for each of these teams, because it has been a big part of this tournament. For the Cougars, their power play started off slow. It went 0 for 1 in their opening game against Excel Physio. Then in their next game, their power play went 1 for 4, excuse me. So now they're 1 for 5 after 2 games. They get back out onto the ice. Their power play then goes 1 for 3 again. So you're looking at a power play so far on the tournament that is 2 for 8. On the penalty kill for the Cougars, through their first 2 games, they were 4 of 7 on kills. In the last game that they had, their penalty kill went 1 of 4. Went 3 of 4, excuse me. So they have killed off 7 of 11 shorthanded situations. For the Gulls, their power play has been very good. 3 of 9 so far on the tournament, a 33% efficiency. Hard to argue with that. But maybe the biggest story of them is their penalty kill. They have been shorthanded more than any other team in this tournament, having been shorthanded a total of 14 times so far. Of those 14 shorthanded situations, they have killed off 13 of them. A very, very good penalty kill for the Gulls so far in this tournament. Taking a look at the relative visual effects of this game, the Gulls will be in their white jerseys. They will be technically the visiting team for this game. So the Gulls in their whites with the black and green and gray trim. And they will be starting on the right-hand side of your screens for this game, skating from right to left. The Cougars, they're in their blue jerseys with the red sleeves with the gold and red numbers. They are the home team for this game, and they will be skating from left to right. Zamboni is off the ice. Teams anxiously awaiting to get out there onto the ice, and we're of course also awaiting the third team, our officials, for this game. Again, what's at stake for either of these teams? Not a whole lot. They both know they will be playing again later today in the semifinals. What is partly at stake is which seeding they will have, which will determine which semifinal they play in. The 1 versus 4 semi goes at 5. The 2 versus 3 semi goes at 7:30 tonight. I don't know if I said this part, but by the way, my name is Michael Petter. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning here on 360 Live. It's early on a Saturday morning, and we really do appreciate having you all here with us on 360 Live. You can join the conversation about this game by sending me a tweet. My handle is at PetterPC_sports. And we really do appreciate all of the feedback that we've been getting throughout the course of this event. People sharing their thoughts with us through these broadcasts. It really does make for a lot more fun as we get more and more interactive throughout the course of the weekend. Officials making their way out onto the ice. The Gulls, you can see Leighton Carruthers is going to actually lead the team out onto the ice. The starting 6 will be Madigan and Fleming on the defense, with Carruthers alongside McPhee and Joseph up front. As mentioned, Noah Harvey getting the start. For the Cougars, Darian McInnes will be playing behind James Jobs to start things off, along with Jackson Ford. The starting forward line will feature Riley Seymour, Kyle Rutherham, and looking to try and catch that third number of the player on that line, it will be Logan O'Neill. And now let's send things downstairs for pregame introductions. Excuse me. All right, there's your O Canada Teams are set and ready to roll. Again, both of these teams are into the semifinals already. Seeding is still up for grabs. The team with the most at stake in this game, the host, Warewell Bombers. They need a win or a tie from the Cougars in order to still have a chance. Rutherham and Carruthers takes the draw. Rutherham wins it back to to Jobs and we are underway. Puck into the Cape Breton's Cougars zone, played up the wall. Now picked up by Carruthers. He ends up going down along the wall there. Puck comes back to the line, held in and to the near side. Ford plays it up the wall to O'Neill. O'Neill tried to get it through to Seymour. Seymour couldn't pick it up. And coming in now is Madigan. He gets it down into the corner. Carruthers takes a bump but stays up. Puck ends up rolling through, however, and now flipped out to center by the Jim Cougars. Fleming having trouble settling it down. Madigan now trying to get his stick on it. He can't quite control it either. Now Fleming gets it and plays it over to Joseph. Ahead for Carruthers. He'll dump it down the length of the ice. That'll be an icing call. 51 seconds gone here in the first period. And we see already the impact of a player like Leighton Carruthers. One shift and a whole bunch of time with that puck on his stick in that first 51 seconds. Christmas takes the draw and wins it back to Pattengale, but Pattengale has trouble controlling it, can't hold the line, has to go back. Shortall right on top of him. Now Christmas gets it back again. He'll play it forward. Furlong there. He'll get it to Shortall. Shortall goes to play it across, and Casey bursting in, gets to the puck, takes it behind the net, throws it out in front, and there's a chance for Pellerine. It was up into the glass. Stays in play. Now it bounces out of the corner, goes to Casey, but able to pick his pocket is Pettengale. Pettengale gets it up to the line. Furlong plays it back down and around to the far corner. Losing his footing there is Lafrenz, but Lafrenz able to recover enough to play the puck as far as the line, not out. Furlong to Guthrow. Over to Pellerine. Pellerine with the shot. That goes high and wide. Comes up the boards to Furlong. He'll play it back around to the far side. Lafrenz will pick up. Here comes Tyson Lafrenz out to center. He'll send it down the ice. That'll be an icing call as he was right around the E on the word Wellness Center around the outside of the center ice face-off circle here at the beautiful Pictou County Wellness Center in Pictou County, Nova Scotia. This building has seen a lot of history, including a Kent Cup championship for the Crushers a couple of years ago. There's a shot right off the draw by the Gulls. Now the puck comes to Ledrew. He takes the shot. That goes wide. Ledrew batting that one down. Puck ends up going to Smith. He'll chink it around to the far side, or near side rather. Now O'Neill working it down into the corner. Centering pass, nobody there except a blue shirt, and it's played out to center by McIntyre. John plays it back off the wall, intercepted there by Clark, but he gets his pocket picked by Carruthers. That was Carruthers, excuse me, yeah. 2.5 minutes gone, but Carruthers brings the puck in offside, so we'll get another stoppage. And the face-off just outside the John Jim Cougar blue line. Newcomb to take this draw. He wins it, and it's played back to Fleming. Across to the far side. Madigan gets it ahead. Turned over at the blue line, comes back to Fleming. Now he turns it over to O'Neill. O'Neill trying to make a pass, doesn't get all the way through. Second attempt at the pass, and Madigan breaks that one up. Here comes Madigan. Long lead pass, a little bit in behind McDonald, but he recovers, takes it, makes the shot. Save made there by Darian McInnes. Now another chance. That gets blocked and played out to center. Madigan will go back to get it. Not hard enough for an icing as Madigan gets back and touches the puck. Played ahead. Newcomb with the quick one-touch pass to McDonald. Up now for Graves. Here comes Graves. Graves drops it off. There's a pass, and what a goal! Newcomb got it through to Cale McDonald at 3:19 of the first period, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Gulls. Cale McDonald from Newcomb and Graves. For McDonald, his second goal, 5th point of the tournament. Newcomb gets his 5th point as well. Graves his 3rd, and that gives the Gulls the early 1-0 lead. Puck back down into the Cougar zone again as we get confirmation of that scoring. As they confirm what I suspected, it was indeed McDonald from Newcomb and Graves at 3:19. Pass back to Furlong off of the draw. His shot gets deflected and goes wide. Now down low, Carruthers gives his man a bump. Carruthers taking it all the way up to the wall, or up to the line, takes a shot, blocker save, and the puck goes all the way up over the glass and out of play. And maybe the biggest thing we're seeing from Leighton Carruthers, not only does he have the smart hands with the puck, but he's got that build at this age that it's so hard to knock him off of his feet. You got to figure major midget and junior teams very much looking forward to having him. There's a couple of chances for LeDrew and a couple of big saves made there by goaltender Darian McInnes. Shots on goal, 7-0 here through the first 4 minutes. And here comes Joseph trying to get around his man. That was Soller. Now played up the wall and out to center. Picked up by Allen. Here comes Allen trying to get around Reeves. Allen, but could not get around Reeves and Gabriel John, the two of them together. Puck rolls in onto Harvey, and he'll cover up and hang on for a face-off. 4:22 gone here in the first period. 1-0 the scoreline. Offensive zone face-off for the Cougars. Casey wins the draw over to the wall. Played back low for John. He goes to make a pass, but it's intercepted by Allen. Now the puck comes to Soller at the point. He takes the shot, and the save made there by Harvey. Smith tries to get it down low. That gets broken up. Now it's all the way down to the Cougar line. Soller will send it back ahead. Picking up there is McDonald. McDonald in front trying to get it through, or McIntyre rather, trying to get it through to Clark, but that gets intercepted. Now coming up the other way, Pellerine got it up to Shortall. That was broken up, and the Gulls back into their own zone. Madigan with it. Goes to make a pass ahead. That's broken up by McIntyre. He plays it back down. Fleming there. His pass up for Shortall, a little bit out of reach, and Rutherham will dump it in right onto goaltender Noah Harvey. Coming out from behind his net there is Fleming. He gets it over to Pellerine. Pellerine gains center, dumps it in. He'll peel off on a change while LeDrew and the Carruthers went in, but the puck was brought back out. Now Madigan has it at his own line again. Here comes Madigan across the blue line, softly sending the puck down low. Goes around behind the net. Jobs in back there along with Ford. Jobs will play it around the boards and out to center. Fleming back to pick up in his own zone. Fleming leaves it for Madigan. Madigan, lead pass for Carruthers. Here comes Carruthers working down the right wing. Carruthers had it roll away from him, and the Cougars get it back out to center, but now Furlong with it. 9 minutes left to go in the first period. 1-0 for the Gulls. With it now, there was Seymour, but he had his pocket picked by Graves. Graves passed for Guthrow a little too far, or a little bit between his feet. And Cape Breton Cougars, John O'Jim come back out the other way. O'Neill loses it at the blue line. He's got Graves on him. Christmas comes in to help out, goes to play it back to Jobs. Jobs misplays that pass, and having to hustle back for it was LaFrenz. LaFrenz now working up the near side, plays it up the boards to McMullen. He dumps it in right on to goaltender Noah Harvey, and Harvey will cover up and hang on for a face-off. 6:46 gone here in the first period. 1-0 the scoreline for the Gulls. Cale McDonald, his second goal, 5th point of the tournament, providing that scoring back at the 3:19 mark. Puck picked up there by Furlong. He loses it though. It goes to Harvey, who plays it over for Guthrow. Guthrow has it taken from him. But now the Gulls get it back to the line, not out, kept in there by LaFrenz. Furlong with it again. Furlong up to Graves. Graves gets it to McDonald. Here comes McDonald. Cale McDonald all the way down into the corner. Tries to throw it in front. And Newcomb had his stick lifted just at the last second. Couldn't get the shot away. Reeves gets the puck ahead. McDonald flips it back in. Played right back out again. Picking up again now is Newcomb. He'll carry it across this time. Newcomb gets away from McMullen, then plays the puck to the near side for Reeves, down into the corner. Bit of a misplay there by Joseph. Joseph able to get it back along the near wall. He loses it this time to Pattengale, who will dump it down the ice for an icing call. 7:10 left to go in the first period. And as mentioned, the Gulls with that 1-0 lead. First of 3 round-robin games left today, and then a couple more semifinals after that. Into the corner, Carruthers tried to play it up the wall, but that got broken up there by Allen. Allen gets it to the line, not out. Shot from the point goes just wide. Now it comes up the wall to McIntyre. McIntyre has his pocket pick there. Now it's Reeves with the shot from the point, and covering up, making the save, Darian McInnes. 6:49 left to go in the first period. 1-0 the scoreline. If you are just joining us, this is the Gulls and the Cougars here at the Nova Scotia Major Bantam Hockey League Provincial Championship Tournament. Puck wrapped around the boards, gets to the line, kept in by John. He takes the shot and the save made by McInnes. He'll again hang on for a face-off. The winner of this tournament will advance to the Atlantics, being hosted by the Gulls April 4th to 7th. So if the Gulls win the tournament, then the team that they play in the gold medal game would get that Nova Scotia representative spot. Graves back to get it in his own zone. Obviously, the Gulls would love to play their way into the Atlantics through the front door, but they do already have that host spot guaranteed. McIntyre tries to take a shot. It doesn't get through. Casey now gets it to Carruthers. Or that's Pellerine, rather. Pellerine gets it ahead. Trying to work his way through there with Shortall. He gets tripped up. Now the puck is in the feet of Madigan. He plays it back to Fleming, ahead for Shortall. Shortall's shot gets partially blocked. Now the puck comes back to the line for Madigan. He has it knocked off his stick and it comes out to center. McIntyre trying to get there, but getting there just ahead of him was Casey. Now Madigan with it again. Turns and sets it up for Owen Fleming. Fleming lead pass, broken up, but the puck comes loose to the near side. Carruthers tees it up, and that shot a bit off target. Comes all the way around to Fleming at the far point. Flipped high out to center. O'Neill knocks it down there, goes to make the pass back. Now he gets it back to Madigan. Madigan will dump it in just to the left of the goaltender, and it's played right back out again. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Too many men on the ice is going to be the call, and we're going to get the first power play of the game coming to the Cape Breton John L. Jim Cougars. Time the penalty, 10 minutes, 44 seconds. A bench minor for too many men. Reeves will go over and serve it. So let's take a look at those special team stats. Once again, the Cougars 2 for 8, 25% on the power play. The Gulls 13 of 14 on the penalty kill. An absolutely stellar penalty kill percentage there, 13 of 14. And we'll give you the exact percentage number here in a moment. Meanwhile, that penalty kill up 200 feet away as they get the puck down. Carruthers had a chance, but kind of bobbled the puck just a little bit there. Now bringing it back in. There's Seymour with a shot, and they score! What a crazy bounce, an innocent looking shot, but Harvey misplays it. And that penalty kill that we talked about had been 13 out of 14, which was 92.3%. It's now 13 for 15 as the power play goal ties it up at 10:22. Sorry, the time of the penalty was 9:44. The power play goal at 10:22. Seymour, with what was an innocent looking shot, gets his second goal, 4th point of the tournament. And it's now 1-1. Goal is unassisted at 10:22 for Seymour. So we're all tied up here in a period that the Gulls have really controlled the vast majority of the play, but the scoreline has it even. Centering pass there for Clark. He gets a shot away. It's still loose in front. And now the Gulls will clear it down the length of the ice, and that will be hard enough for an icing. So don't take anything for granted in this one at this point. 3:57 left to go in the first period. Cougars and Gulls tied up at 1. McDonald, his second of the tournament at 3:19. Seymour, his second of the tournament on the power play at 10:22. Puck comes around to the near wall. Soller with it there. He'll take the shot. Harvey makes that save. And got to give a shout out to Noah Harvey, though. He went 60 minutes and 22 seconds of tournament play before giving up his first goal. That's not just a shutout in Major Bantam. 60 minutes, that would be a shutout in any hockey game. So congratulations to Harvey for that good shutout streak. Unfortunately for him, a bit of a bad bounce ended up breaking that. Now here's a chance. That goes just wide. Now Joseph tees it up. That goes wide. Puck comes to Madigan at the point. He'll send it down. Takes a weird bounce off of the end boards. Picked up again, though, by the Gulls. Back to the line for Fleming. He'll go far side. Madigan tees it up. And McInnes makes the save and hangs on. And this is something that you'll notice about the Pictou County Wellness Center. It's been open for, I want to say, 6 or 7 years now. Can't remember the exact date that it opened, but it's been open for long enough that the boards are starting to get some characteristic wobbles and wonks and peculiarities, and you'll see those weird bounces off those boards from time to time. And that was certainly one of them there that we just saw off the end boards on that most recent sequence of play. With the puck there, Madigan, he gives to Fleming. Now ahead for Pellerine. He'll dump it in. Hustling back to get to it there was LaFrenz. He gets bumped off the puck. Coming in to help out there, Pettengale. Couple of Gull forwards, Casey and Shorthall. Shorthall will come out with it, but he loses it, and it's played up the wall, and the Cougars will be able to get it out. Seymour has it knocked away from him there as Furlong now picks up. Furlong plays it ahead. It misses the target with that pass, but it goes down the ice as it also went just past LaFrenz. Pettengale plays it over to LaFrenz, but he gets his pocket picked by Carruthers. That was Pellerine, rather. Pellerine now plays it over to Carruthers. He can't get that puck through, but then Carruthers creates another turnover, gives to Pellerine. Pellerine has it knocked away from him. Pellerine gets it back again, back to the line for Guthrow. He can't hold at the line, and we're under 2 minutes left to go. Gulls have to touch up. Pettengale will take a look and play it up the wall and down the ice. That'll be an icing call. And for Pettengale there, Preston Pettengale, maybe in hindsight, had a little bit more room, had a little bit more time. Didn't necessarily have to ice the puck in that particular situation. 13-14 gone here in period number 1. You hate to be negative about a move made by a player at this age level, because they are still learning, still developing, but that's part of the learning curve, is realizing when. And there's a shot from John, and Gabriel John gets that one past Darian McInnes, and it's a 2-1 lead for the Gulls at 13:28. John's first goal, second point. And again, you hate to pick on these players, but that's one that McInnes probably would have wanted back. Gabriel John with the goal. So it's John from Ledru at 13:28. John's first goal, second point for Ledru. That's his first point of the tournament. And the Gulls regain the lead 2-1. Into the final minute here of period number 1. Pass ahead for O'Neill. He'll get it out to center. Here comes McMullen. McMullen coming in. He takes the shot, looking for the far side, but put it wide. It comes all the way out, and now picking up. There goes Newcomb. Newcomb with the shot. Puck goes high in the air. Batted away, but picked up again by Newcomb. Back to the line for Fleming. Across to the far side. Skating it in now is Madigan. He takes a shot, misses the post. It comes into Fleming. Fleming sends it back down all the way around into the corner for McDonald. Cale McDonald gives his man a bump, then gets knocked off the puck. Now Seymour will get it to the line and out. 20 seconds left. Madigan turns, fires it back into the zone. It comes all the way around for Ford at the near corner. Ford takes it behind the net, plays it over to the line, and just out as Madigan tried very hard to hold but couldn't quite hold the line. Fleming gets it ahead, and that will be an icing, but there was maybe a tenth of a second left when the whistle blew in the delayed reaction. I don't want to call it a delayed reaction. A tenth of a second reaction by the guys in the booth leads to the end of the first period. Shots on goal in that period by the Gulls 12, by the Cougars 6. And doubling up in shots on goal, doubling up in goals scored. It's 2-1 for the Gulls after 15 minutes of play. And again, if this is the first game of Major Bantam that you are watching, it is, and you're more familiar with the professionals or the juniors, instead of 3 20-minute periods, it's two 15-minute periods separated by just a quick break and a switch of ends. Then we'll get a full intermission after this second period, and then we will have that full second or the full break after the second period, and that will include a flood, and then the third period, which will be a 20-minute third period. Shortall brings the puck into the Cougar zone. Shortall gets it back again, has it knocked off his stick, and out comes Clark. Here's Clark cutting, taking the shot. It comes off the end boards. Tried to pick it up there was McIntyre as it came off the end boards, but it bounced just a little bit away from him. Now Allen back to the line. Ford can't get it through as it was blocked by Shortall. Now Shortall springs Casey. Here comes Casey coming in. Casey puts it over the crossbar and into the glass. Casey gets it back again after it comes off the glass. Plays it back to Furlong. Furlong with the shot. Save made there by McInnes. Now in the corner, Pellerine sends it behind the net, intended for Casey, but the first one to it ended up being Jobs. Now out comes the puck, and Jobs picks up. He'll carry it ahead. Takes the shot. Save made. Or that was Ford, rather, not Jobs, excuse me. Ford now into the corner. McIntyre gives his man a bump. There's Jobs with it now at center ice. He'll dump it back in. Cougars have to touch up, and that will allow Furlong a little bit of time. Long lead pass. Springs Carruthers. There's Carruthers with a shot. And I believe McInnes got a piece of that to send it wide. May have gone wide on its own, but I thought for sure McInnes got a piece of it. Rutherham trying to find the puck there. He can't get his stick on it as it's sent back down low there by Joseph. Now Allen with it near side. He takes a bump. Puck comes up to John. His shot blocked by Rutherham. And Pattengill plays it down below the goal line. Carruthers gets it. Tried to feed it up for Joseph. That's broken up. And out with it comes Rutherham. He dumps it in. Settled behind the net there by Harvey. Now it's played up for Carruthers. Carruthers tries to make a pass. It goes off the skate of Allen. Comes right back to Carruthers. He'll dump it in. And then Carruthers takes a hit from Rutherham at a bit of an awkward angle. Carruthers looks to the ref for a call. Isn't going to get one. But now here comes Cale McDonald coming on a change. McDonald, and a huge save there by McInnes to keep this a one-goal game with 1:20 gone here in period number 2. Glorious opportunity there for the Gulls to try and double up their lead. 2-1 the scoreline for the Gulls. 2:20 gone here in period 2. Newcomb off of the draw takes a shot, trying to go short side. But McInnes again able to make the save and hang on for another face-off. That sequence of play taking a grand total of 5 seconds off of the clock. Puck comes to McDonald. He elects not to shoot, plays it over to Madigan. His shot goes wide, comes into the near corner. Sent back down by Graves there. Now coming out with it, that was Newcomb. He ended up getting stripped of the puck, and now Madigan with it at his own blue line. Madigan to Graves. Graves pass into the skates of McDonald. McDonald recovers, gets a shot away. That goes off of White and in behind the net. Now it's back out in front, and another save by McInnes. 2:59 gone here in period number 2. 2-1 the scoreline for the Gulls. Again, if you're just joining us, this is the first of 3 round-robin games today to wrap up the round-robin portion of the tournament. Both of these teams have already clinched spots in the semifinals. Seeding still up for grabs. And the Bombers' lives depend on the outcome of this game. Out comes that's Pattengill with the puck. He tries to get it down low. Furlong able to get it away from him. Furlong now will start the rush up the other way. Gives to Ledrew, back to Furlong. Here comes Furlong in, shot, pad save, kick to the far wall. Puck will get back out, and here's a rush for it. Getting to it there is Hutchings. Hutchings gets it over to McIntyre, and McIntyre with a great chance, but Harvey with another big save. We've had some great goaltending here in this one. Yeah, we've had 3 goals, but some of the saves that have been made have been absolutely spectacular as well. O'Neill plays it to the line. Christmas sends it back in deep. Apparently the puck had come out and the Cougars had not completely touched up. So that will be an offside against the John Jim Cape Breton Cougars with exactly 4 minutes gone here in period number 2. Shots are double, 16-8. Score is double, 2-1. Clark to take this draw against Casey. Allen and Pellerine being told to take a step back. Now Allen being told, get your skate out of Pellerine's way. Linesman now happy, so he'll drop the puck. Clark wins it back. Pellerine gives his man, that's Jobs, a shot just as Jobs gets the puck dumped in. Here comes Shortall with it. His shot goes off the stick and way up over the glass and out of play. So the faceoff will stay inside the zone after it came off of the stick. Now Clark having words for Pellerine. Although to be fair, Pellerine delivered the hit as Jobs dumped the puck in. It was a well-timed hit, and good credit on Jobs for taking the hit to make the play. Good credit on Pellerine for making the hit to make the play a little bit more difficult. Now here comes Allen. He's got Clark with him. Allen coming in. Elects to shoot, trying to go far post, and it just edges wide. Now there's going to be another offside. Now Clark again having a little bit of a bump with Pellerine. Oh, so close there for Reese Allen. He's got 3 goals already in the tournament, tied with Drew McIntyre for the team lead in goals. Also tied for the team lead with McIntyre in points with 6. Had a chance to get his 4th goal of the tournament there, just missed the far post. Puck sent back into the goal zone. Coming out is Furlong, that's Madigan. He springs it ahead there. Coming in, then that one's put through the top of the crease. Now Seymour gets it as far as the line. Madigan not able to hold. It's dumped right back in again by McPhee. White now with some time as the Gulls have to touch up. Gets the pass ahead. Pass for Seymour just a little bit behind him after it got deflected. And now Seymour able to dump it in. Harvey will settle it there for Owen Fleming. Fleming, whose cousin is the backup goaltender in this game, Cooper Fleming. Although backup a bit of a misnomer for most goalies at this level, as they generally, a lot of teams split the time pretty much 50-50, but he is backing up in this game. McPhee brings it across. Puck comes back, or goes all the way around to the far side. Now Clark, that was Soller. Now down into the goal zone. Soller gets the puck again out at neutral ice. Now Newcomb avoids a hit as gets the puck as far as the blue line. Newcomb this time will now bring it in. Gets it knocked off his stick. Nice play by Soller. He gets it as far as the line as Guthrow keeps it in. Shot goes wide, comes off the end boards to Newcomb. There for Graves. Graves can't get a shot away. Gives it back to Newcomb. Newcomb out in front. Rolls all the way back to the line. Furlong with a shot. That misses. Now Soller trying to slap at the puck, but his stick got tangled up with Newcomb. Newcomb now to Furlong. Furlong trying to set it up for McDonald. That's broken up, and the Cougars will get it out. Hutchings can't quite get his stick on the puck as Newcomb was coming back on the back check. Furlong takes a bump. Christmas overskates the puck. Now Graves will get it. 8:20 left to go. McDonald, nice little move there. Cale McDonald cutting in, takes a shot, and the blocker save made by McInnes. Into the corner. Graves there. He gets rubbed into the boards. McDonald comes in to help out. Throws it out front for Casey. And no, it doesn't cross the line. McInnes with a big save there. Getting just enough of that puck with his arm. All the way back down into the goal zone. John will play it across for Reeves. He sends it up and down the length of the ice. Not hard enough for an icing as Lafrenz goes back and gets it. Lafrenz up to Allen. Allen sets it up for Clark. He'll play it ahead. Teeing it up there is McMullen, and he puts it just off the outside of the net. I saw the Twine move. I thought that was just in, but it was just off the outside. Now here's Clark. Back to the line. Shot from the point. They score! Allen with the deflection off the shot from the point, I believe. Have to take a second look at it. Might have been Pattengale who took that shot, but Allen will get the goal that ties it up at 2 with 7:25 left to go in the second period. We're all even yet again. Reese Allen takes the team lead in goals with his 4th, takes the team lead in points with his 7th. I believe it was Pattengale who took the shot, and he will get his 2nd assist of the tournament if that is the case. Here's Madigan with it now. Puck up into the netting. They say it was Clark who got the assist on that one. I thought it was 24, not 14. We may see that get changed. But for now, it's Clark with the assist, his 3rd assist of the tournament, and we're all tied up at 2. Here comes the Cougars again. That's tied up then. What a save by Harvey! Are we going to see a penalty shot? Yes, we are. The referee calls a penalty shot as there wasn't much of an initial shot taken there by the Cougars. And the puck ended up coming loose, and Harvey had to spring across to make an incredible save. But now Harvey will have to make a save on a penalty shot here. 6:54 left to go in the second period. Taking the shot, it's going to be Logan O'Neill. O'Neill has 1 goal in this tournament and has a chance to give his team their first lead of this game. Here comes O'Neill, cutting to the center, takes the shot and puts it wide. O'Neill electing to shoot glove side. Not sure if Harvey got a piece of that with his glove or it just went wide on its own. Either way, it's still a 2-2 hockey game. 6:54 left to go here in period 2. Off of the scramble from the draw, Furlong gets the puck ahead. Knocked off the stick of Joseph. Rutherham will get it up there to O'Neill, who'll dump it back into the goal zone. Harvey comes out, plays it to Furlong. Furlong ahead to Casey. Casey pokes it in front of himself, but Jobs gets to that puck. Now we got a delayed offside. It's played back out to center so the arm of the linesman can come down. Jobs plays it back out. Guthrow, no, McDonald actually dumps it back in. Both Guthrow and McDonald were right there. Then Joseph coming in onto the goaltender. A little bit of, let's not call it a snow shower. That'd be a little bit too overstating it. But a little bit of a, little bit close. Taking a look at some of our sponsors who deserve great big thank yous. We'll get to them in just a moment. Meanwhile, the bouncing puck there. Newcomb trying to get onto that. He can't now. He gets it back behind the net again. Coming out. Newcomb tries to center it. That's broken up. And out come the Cougars. Christmas with the attempted dump in. It goes off a leg. Christmas chases it back down at the near wall. Puck still along that near wall. And now it's picked up by McMullen. McMullen gets rubbed off the puck. And the Gulls come out. Here's Newcomb with it. He'll dump it in. Comes off the near side corner boards. And picked up again by Newcomb. Newcomb working there against LaFrenz behind the net. Coming in to help out is McDonald. McDonald will get to the puck. He gets it bumped off his stick, and McMullen now will get it out to center. His pass just through the feet of Hutchings. Fleming gets it back in. LaFrenz plays it over D to D. Now ahead for Hutchings. He has it taken away from him with a nice play by Madigan, who'll dump it in. LaFrenz has to hustle back and get it as Shortall is forechecking hard. Shortall actually gives LaFrenz a bump, and the puck is turned over. Casey gets it, but he gets rubbed off the puck, and now Christmas able to get it ahead. Pellerine will play it back down low. Christmas gets to it again, flips it out to center, but it ends up hitting the glass between the two benches here, and we'll get a stoppage with 4:47 left, and we'll take this moment to thank some of our tournament sponsors who have helped make this event possible, including Anchor Toyota, Bike Monkey, Blue Wave Energy Ultramar, Cabot Shipping, Kaylee Honda, and Citadel Coin. There's a lot more sponsors who deserve great big thanks as well. We'll get to all of them throughout the course of this game, and they all played such a huge part in making this weekend the success it has been so far. Out in front, and that pass ends up going through both Pellerine and Shortall. Now here comes Allen in on a breakaway. Allen coming in, and a big poke check, but following up is Clark. He scores! Brandon Clark. Harvey made the first stop on Allen on the breakaway, but Clark following up on the play at 10:32 gets his second point of the game, his sixth point of the tournament. On his third goal, Allen will get an assist. That'll be his 8th point of the tournament. And it's now 3-2 for the Cougars. They have their first lead of this game. O'Neill dumps it in, and this is just the second time in the tournament. Last night, the game between Warewell. There's a chance for O'Neill, and it goes in, and they score. It's 3-3. And so at 10:32, Clark from Allen, I think is what he said. That's what, I don't think he announced a second assist. Then at 10:50, just 18 seconds later, the game is tied up again. And I believe O'Neill is going to get credit for that goal. We'll have to wait for the word on that one. Now Seymour and Guthrow tangled up at center. Puck ahead to O'Neill. It is O'Neill with the goal. And just like that, Carruthers, whose name was just being announced for an assist on the first goal, scores the next goal as Matthew O'Neill gets his first goal, first point of the tournament. Carruthers with an assist, and then Carruthers gets a goal just 26 seconds later. So in the span of 44 seconds, we've had 3 goals, and it's gone from a 2-2 game to a 4-3 game. Now we're going to get a penalty against the Cougars. And the Gulls will go to their first power play of the morning. It's going to stay. It's going to stay 5-on-5 as we get coincidental penalties. An interference and an unsportsmanlike. So it will not be the first power play of the game for the Gulls, as someone from the Gulls did a little bit too much talking afterwards at 11:30. Carruthers trying to plead the case for whomever it was, but whoever it was as the referee indicating not sure who it was who took that penalty for the Gulls, but Guthrow is going to go over into the box. So coincidental penalties at 11:30 means it'll stay 5-on-5 here. As we get the announcement of the Carruthers goal, LeDrew with an assist, and Furlong with an assist. Now here comes a big no, they score! Carruthers gets it again. It's now 5-3. The initial save by McInnes, but Carruthers follows up, and he has 3 points in the span of 1 minute and 3 seconds. We talked about Leighton Carruthers being a key to this game, finally getting into this tournament. And that has certainly come to fruition here with a goal, or with 2 goals and an assist for Leighton Carruthers in the span of 1 minute and 3 seconds. So it was Guthrow himself who got the unsportsmanlike conduct, and it was McMullen with the interference. Those penalties at 11:30. Trying to keep you up to date on all the stats here because things are happening fast and furious. We've had 2 penalties and 4 goals in the span of 1 minute and 21 seconds of playing time. There's a shot, save made. Carruthers' goal being announced. So that last one was Carruthers from Newcomb at 11:53. So let's try and break it all down for you again. It was 2-2. Brandon Clark, his 3rd goal, 6th point of the tournament from Reese Allen, made it 3-2 for the Cougars. That was at 10:32. Then at 10:50, Matthew O'Neill, his 1st goal, 1st point, assisted by Carruthers, made it 3-3. Then at 11:16, Carruthers, his 1st goal, 2nd point, assisted by LeDrew and by Furlong, made it 4-3 for the Gulls. There's a shot, save made. Then at 11:30, coincidental penalties, McMullen of the Cougars for interference, Guthrow of the Gulls for unsportsmanlike. Then at 11:53, Carruthers, his 2nd goal, 3rd point, assisted by Newcomb, making it 5-3, which is where we now stand with 2:17 left to go here in period number 2. Are you all keeping notes? Good, because there will be a quiz later. Casey gets it across. There's a shot, another glove save, and with this stoppage, we'll take time to thank some more of our sponsors, including Combex, Grant Thornton, Hockey Nova Scotia, Inglis Jewelers, Pioneer Coal, McGillivray Fuels, and the Nova Scotia Major Bantam and Major Midget Hockey Leagues. Lots to talk about there. Holy cow. So much happening here in the late stages of this 2nd period. Casey with the puck. He takes a shot. Save made. Rebound cleared away. Then off the glass and out to center. And here comes Allen with it. Allen, 3-on-1. Allen overskates the puck. And that allows Furlong to pick up and bring it back up the other way. Glorious chance for the Cougars to come back to within 1 on that 3-on-1. But then Allen overskated the puck. Pellerine now in the corner, being watched by Smith. Back to the line. There's a shot from the point by Madigan. It got deflected, ended up going wide. Out to center. John with it. He'll dump it back in, but it's knocked down right inside the line by Allen. He gets it over to McIntyre, who'll send it down the ice. John back to pick up. No icing. 1:15 left to go in the period. Down into the corner again. Now back up the wall. Back to the line. White with the shot. And the save made. 1:03 left to go here in period number 2. The coincidental penalties come to an end. And we'll thank some more of our sponsors, including Pictou County Pizza, Proudfoot's Home Hardware, and Sacco Automotive. We're into the final minute of period 2. Puck is dumped as far as the Cape Breton line. Soller of the Cougars there gets it. Now here's Seymour coming up the left wing. Seymour's shot goes wide. Far side now gets up as far as Rutherham. O'Neill over there as well, working against Carruthers and Joseph. Puck goes to Madigan. Madigan turns, now brings it up, cuts towards the middle, makes the pass ahead for Joseph, but Joseph ended up having it roll away from him, and it's sent back down into the goal zone. That one will end up in the Cape Breton bench. Now after the whistle, we get a little bit of shoving between Pattengale and McPhee. Referee gives Pattengale a little bit of a chat, but nothing will get called here with 24.6 seconds left to go in the 2nd period. Other sponsors include Sam's Pizza, TD Waterhouse, Warewell, of course, they're the title sponsors of the host team, the Warewell Bombers, TRA, and Sobeys. Puck played out and down into the John Old Jim Cape Breton Cougar zone. That'll be an icing with 16.9 seconds left, and we'll thank our final group of sponsors, Tim Hortons, who are helping out in the hospitality suite, Barb's Diner in Westville, also big thanks to them for what they're putting up in the suite, Swiss Chalet, and Geno's Bakery, another part of that hospitality suite for not only the players and coaches, but also for family and fans as well. There's a hospitality suite up here for them here at the Wellness Center. Gulls get the puck down into the Cape Breton zone with 1 second left. That will do it. And now after the whistle, we get some pushing and shoving between Newcomb and didn't see which Cougar. I believe that's White. Trying to catch the number. No, it's Jackson Ford. And the jawing still continues. At the end of the second period, it is 5-3 for the Gulls. 5 goals scored in that period. And this is the highest scoring game we have had in the tournament to this point. Only one other game has had more than 4 goals in the first 2 periods. That was the final game of the night last night, as the Bombers and Lumberjacks were at 3-2 after 2. That game ended 5-4 in favor of the Lumberjacks. This one right now is 5-3 in favor of the Gulls. The scoring didn't start until more than halfway through the period. It was Reese Allen, his 4th goal, 7th point, assisted by Clark. That made it, at the time, 2-2. Then the Cougars took the lead when Allen got his 4th goal, 8th point, or when Clark got his 3rd goal, 6th point of the tournament, assisted by Allen. That made it 3-2 for the Cougars. But just 18 seconds later, the Gulls tied it up again. Matthew O'Neill, his 1st goal, 1st point of the tournament, assisted by Carruthers, 3-3. Then just 26 seconds after that, Carruthers, his 1st goal, 2nd point, assisted by Ledrew and Furlong. That made it 4-3 for the Gulls. Then, just another 37 seconds after that, it was Carruthers getting his 2nd goal, 3rd point, assisted by Newcomb. That made it 5-3, which is where we stand. Again, both of these teams will be in the semifinals later today. The team that has the most riding on this game right now is the host Wherewell Bombers. If the Cape Breton John Ol' Jim Cougars can get a tie or a victory, and not just this game, but South Shore beats the Excel Physio in the next game, then the Bombers will make it into the semifinals. But right now, the Bombers need the Cougars to have a comeback in the 3rd period. Don't forget, you can send me your tweets, share your thoughts on the game. Tweet me at @PetterPC_sports. In the meantime, I'm going to go get some more liquid to put on these vocal cords. You are watching the Nova Scotia Major Bantam Hockey League Provincial Tournament here on 360 Live. Welcome back as we get you ready for the start of the third period here between the Cape Breton John Ole Jim Cougars and the Gulls. Gulls carry a 5-3 lead into the third period. Thank you so much for joining us here on 360 Live. Again, my name is Michael Petter, and I really do appreciate having you along for the ride, and all of you who've been interacting with us here on Twitter throughout the course of the event, including Leanne Davis, who says, "Let's go Cougars," cheering on the boys from Cape Breton. And Leanne, I know that as the play-by-play guy, I'm kind of supposed to be neutral, but with so much riding on this game for the host team, who of course I've been working with all season long, I kind of echo those sentiments. Let's go Cougars. I don't want the Bombers to be done just yet. They need the Cougars to either win or tie. And with the Bombers' hopes resting with Cape Breton, they need the comeback here in the third period. Of course, for the Cougars, this game doesn't have quite as much riding on it for them personally, because they will make the semifinals regardless of the outcome of this game. The only thing that's up in the air is what the seeding will look like. And so for that reason, they need to give up as few goals as possible, because it is more than likely that playoff seeding will be determined based on goal ratios, and we won't know exactly what that looks like until we have finals in not only this game, but the next game as well between South Shore and Excel Physio. So for the Cougars, if they want to have the best possible seeding, they need the best possible goal differential in this game. But obviously, they would love to have a victory to move at least temporarily into first place, and then depending on what happens with that next game, Cougars could finish as high. Depending on the results of this game and the next game, Cougars could finish as high as first, could finish as low as fourth. But they do know they're into the semifinals. Likewise for the Gulls. The difference with the Gulls, I don't think they could finish fourth even if they lose this game. If that other game between South Shore and Excel Physio ends in a tie, then I suppose it might be possible that they finish fourth. But again, goal ratios would come into play, and I haven't done all of that math yet. The Cougars did take a penalty at the end of the second period there, so they're going to be shorthanded for the first time in this game. Gulls power play 3 for 9 on the tournament, going up against a penalty kill that has killed off 7 of 11, and fresh, clean ice to work with here to start the third period. Carruthers with the puck. Back to Furlong. Furlong ends up overskating it slightly. It looked like the puck got stuck in a bit of a wet spot there almost. Now Furlong trying to clean up that wet spot. Now Carruthers gets the puck, goes to play it back to the line, but nobody was there. And Carruthers able to get to that puck just ahead of the Cougar captain, Brandon Clark. Now here's Newcomb. He'll bring it in. Again, the puck seems to stick a little bit there towards the middle of the ice. And now it's dumped down with 1:03 left to go in that penalty to Jackson Ford, coming at the 15-minute mark of period number 2. I believe it's a roughing call. There's a shot and a nice kick save there by McInnes. Now another shot and another save from McInnes. Carruthers gets the puck at the wall, plays it back for Newcomb. Now down into the corner, Carruthers again, back to Newcomb again, back down to Carruthers. Back to the line, Furlong. Furlong goes to play it across, puck bouncing around. Now Carruthers gets it, fans on his shot, gets it back, takes a shot off the inside of the post, and then it rolls back out. And McInnes able to cover up and hang on for a face-off. Now we get some pushing and shoving, and Carruthers with a punch to the face of Clark. Clark goes down like he was shot. And it's going to be a 4-minute head contact. It wasn't Carruthers, it was Madigan, excuse me. Madigan with the head contact double minor. at 1:40 of period number 3. And so we'll play 4-on-4 for 20 seconds, and then the Cougars will have 3 minutes and 3 minutes and 40 seconds of power play time. It will be their second and third power plays of this game. They are 0 for 1, or sorry, they are 1 for 1 and 3 for 9 on the tournament. We are now into that penalty kill situation for the Gulls. Power play for the Cougars. And the puck sent down the length of the ice. Soller back behind his own net. Now he'll organize the rush up, plays the puck ahead. White has it picked up from him by Pellerine. Pellerine sending it down. Soller picking it up, taking it behind the net, coming out the near side and working his way up the left wing. Here comes Soller into the zone, all the way down into the corner. Soller battling there with Fleming. Also in there to help out was Seymour. Seymour gets the shot away. Save made by Harvey. And Harvey able to come up, cover up and hang on for a face-off, while Guthrow and a couple of other Gulls players were in there trying to keep the space in front of Harvey as safe as possible. 2:55 left to go in the penalty to Drew Madigan, the double minor for head contact. O'Neill wins the draw to Furlong. Furlong gets it to the line. Glove save by Pattengale as he keeps it in. Pattengale now fires the shot. Blocker save to Harvey. Trying to get onto that puck was McIntyre, but getting there first was McPhee, and he gets it out to center. Brought back in. McPhee picks the pocket, and O'Neill sends it down the length of the ice. Comes off the end boards. Pattengale has McPhee right on top of him, so he had to be quick with that puck. Now fanning on his attempted dump in there was Clark. Recovering it was McIntyre. He takes it behind the net, gets it knocked off his stick. Now it's at the side of the net. And finally the puck gets smothered, so we'll get a face-off. 2:13 left to go here in the penalty to Madigan, and 16:33 left to go here in the third period. And we talk about it so often, the importance of the first 5 minutes of period number 3. And again, with this being a 2-goal game going into the third period, these first 5 minutes, especially with some special teams play, all the more important. Face-off draw won by the Gulls. They get it out to center and all the way down right on to McInnes. He settles it for Pattengale. Pattengale plays it around to the far side, picked up there by LaFrenz. LaFrenz up to center, through center, off the glass and deep into the Gull zone. Furlong around and out, down the length of the ice. We're into the second half of the double minor. LaFrenz and Shortall both in there in the corner. Now the puck is popped loose for Pattengale. Pattengale trying to get away from that forecheck of Shortall. Great forecheck by Shortall. Looking for some support. Finally gets the puck to LaFrenz. And LaFrenz able to generate some space for himself. But Shortall still forechecking hard. Now the pass over to Pattengale, and he gets it up to Allen. Here comes Allen. Allen with the shot. And the save made. And then Clark comes in and stops and makes a good show of trying to let up, although the referee still comes over and has a word with him. As Clark, a little bit of a delayed reaction time on making that stop, and then a good show of making it appear that it was no intent. Back to the line for Soller. He'll play it across. White with the shot. That goes wide. Comes off the end boards to Seymour. Seymour was down below the goal line, though. Couldn't get anything away there. 1 minute left in the power play. White, nice little move there to get away from O'Neill. Now bringing it in. There's a shot. That goes off the side of the net. And the puck picked up again. Now near side O'Neill. Soller. Over to White. Soller, right on the Weeks Major Midget logo, takes a shot, blocker save into the corner. White will pick up there. White in front for Seymour. Couldn't get the puck settled down enough, and it sent down the length of the ice. Soller now with 25 seconds left in the man advantage. It goes to Fleming, and he'll send it down the ice. Soller deflects it and goes chasing after it into the corner. Short all again in on the forecheck hard, but Soller able to get away and generate some space. Now he plays it ahead for Seymour. Seymour has it roll off his stick, and the puck ends up in the bench of the Gulls. 6 seconds left to go here in the penalty. 14:26 left to go in the third period, and possibly 14:26 left to go in the Bombers season, even though they're not out there on the ice. Ford brings the puck across the blue line, sends it in deep. We're back to 5-on-5. Fleming ends up falling in behind the net there, and Christmas trying to tuck it in, but ended up having it roll through the crease on him. Now here's Shorthall with the puck. Shorthall, after some great penalty killing, hard forechecking, now gets a chance offensively, but his pass for Casey a little bit off target. Casey picks up at center ice, ends up bobbling the puck, and goes to dump it in. It's knocked down there by Ford. He'll get it ahead. Out comes, that was Hutchins. He'll send it in deep. Turned back the other way there by Furlong. Pass off the wall, picked up by Casey. Here comes Casey. He's got Ledrew with him. That pass goes through the feet of Ledrew. Now picked up there by Pellerine. Pellerine gets it to Casey. Casey has it knocked away from him, and the Cougars will pick up and get it out to center, but Furlong plays it right back in again. Off to get it in the corner there is Ford. Ledrew forces Ford to come to the near side with it to McIntyre, but McIntyre gets it across for Hutchings. Hutchings trying to get around Guthrow, able to play the puck down in deep, picked up there by Furlong. 13 minutes left to go here in the third period. Play it ahead. Carruthers gets it to Graves. Graves has it knocked away from him. Puck dumped back in after it comes out. Delayed offside, gave Rutherham some time, but then his pass goes off of Graves, and Graves chases the loose puck down at the far wall. Back to the line. John tees it up. That goes wide. Comes back up the wall to Fleming. He takes a shot, and this time McInnes will make the save and hang on. 12:33 left to go. If you're just joining us, this is the Cape Breton John Ol' Jim Cougars taking on the Gulls. Both teams are in the semifinals. Bombers, life hangs in the balance. If the Cougars win or tie, then the Bombers still cling to life. If the Cougars lose, then Excel Physio will be the fourth team into the playoffs along with South Shore. These two teams in South Shore have already clinched their spots. We have a hand pass. Those three teams, regardless of what happens, will play semifinal games later. The South Shore Lumberjacks, the Gulls, and the Cougars. The only question is, will they be joined by Excel Physio or will they be joined by the Bombers? The result depends on both this game and the next one. Newcomb with the puck. Tries to cut it to the middle. He can't, but McDonald does. Newcomb now with a couple shots and scores! McInnes made the initial save, but nobody was able to knock Newcomb away from his second chance. That's Newcomb's third point of this game, coming at 8 minutes even. His fourth goal and seventh point of the tournament. McDonald will surely get an assist. And that might be the nail in the Bombers' coffin. Furlong dumps it in. Off the end boards, White gets to it. Puck goes into the corner. All three Cougars kind of look at each other like, you take it, I got it. And the Gulls end up winning the race to the puck. McDonald gets the only assist on that one at the 8-minute mark. So it is indeed Newcomb's 4th goal, 7th point of the tournament, 3rd point of this game. Assisted by Cale McDonald at 8 minutes even. And right now, if you're the Cougars, I think I'll finish that thought at the next stoppage. Here's McPhee. He gets it into the zone. Now it's back out. Furlong dumps it back in again. It comes around the boards. And Soller will get to it in the corner. He is met there. Now the puck comes to the wall, and here comes Clark. Clark plays it off the wall, try to get a pass up to himself, but Pellerine there to break that up. Now Casey will come the other way. 10.5 left to go here in the 3rd period. Casey tries to cut to the middle, but doesn't take the puck with him. Played to the line. Shot from the point there by Guthrow. Now the puck comes back to Guthrow again. He goes to send it down low. It's knocked down by Ford. And Ford will play it up ahead. It ends up hitting the linesman. And that allows Shortall to get on the puck and send it back down into the corner. Clark flips it high up into the air and out to center. Pellerine plays it back. Now back up the wall to Pellerine. His pass off target. McIntyre brings it in just onside. Takes the shot. That goes wide. Allen at the line will play it around the boards. Comes to the near side. Battling there is Clark. Trying to get through, but Pellerine, he'll get tripped up by Clark. Gulls fans looking for a penalty. And they have a case, but nothing going to get called. Now another player gets taken down. That was Guthrow. Again, nothing getting called. Possibly an offside. That doesn't get called. Carruthers gets his stick knocked out of his hand. That will get called. No, yes, it will. Okay. And the Gulls will go to the power play for the 2nd time here this morning. Time of this penalty, 10:42. Slashing will be the call against McIntyre. And the thought that I was going to start earlier, if you are the Cougars, you're in the semifinals regardless of the outcome of this game. You're playing again later today. Perhaps discretion being the better part of valor. There's a shot. You don't expend too much energy trying to come back in this game. Save yourself a little bit for the semifinals. Nobody would begrudge them that strategic move. Meanwhile, Newcomb brings the puck down into the corner. I'm not saying they quit playing completely. I'm just saying maybe they take their foot off the gas just a little bit. There's a shot from Furlong. Now in behind the net there with it is Newcomb. Newcomb with 3 points in this game. Gets it across for Fleming. Fleming couldn't get a shot away. And it played out and down the ice. 1:18 left to go in the penalty. 8.5 left to go here in the 3rd period. Newcomb gets it ahead. Obviously the Bombers would love to see the Cougars come back because that would keep the Bombers' hopes alive. There's a shot. It goes off of McDonald, and then the first save was made. It rolls in. And if the goal that made it 6-3 was not the nail in the coffin, you got to figure this one surely is. A power play goal by McDonald. His 2nd goal of the game, his 3rd point of the game, and his 3rd goal and 7th point of the tournament at 11:40. Makes it 7-3. And the Bombers see their semifinal chances evaporating right before their eyes. Puck comes up to McMullen. He gets it in front, trying to get it in. It was Christmas, but it's steered aside. As we get confirmation of McDonald's goal. Newcomb's 4th point of the game. And Fleming gets the 2nd assist on that. For Fleming, that's his 2nd point of the tournament. Newcomb now with 8 points. Another save there by Harvey. And 7:33 left to go here in this one. Again, both of these teams will be in the semifinals. With this victory that it appears the Gulls are going to get, they will finish first in the pool, or in the round robin. Ford with the puck after Harvey made another save there. Now it comes to Newcomb. Newcomb coming through center. Newcomb trying to work his way around Jobs. Newcomb sends it down into the corner for McDonald. Now it comes to the line and out. Here comes a chance. Partial breakaway there. Coming in was Seymour, I believe. And now they jam away at it, and it is in the net. The Cougars do get the goal. At 13:08 of period 3, they're back within 3. O'Neill, I believe, will get the goal. We'll wait for the official word, as there were so many players jamming away at that puck. Carruthers trying to argue that it was smothered. He's not going to win that, but now Carruthers and Clark having a bit of a conversation, like both of them shrugging a little bit, like, yeah, whatever. Now here's McIntyre. He gets the pass across to Allen. It is O'Neill's goal, his second goal, 5th point of the tournament. Unassisted. They say O'Neill unassisted at 13:08. We'll wait and see if maybe later on that gets changed. But for now, it is O'Neill's second goal, 5th point, unassisted at 13:08. There's a shot save made. Puck bouncing around and cleared away out of danger. And hey, if the Cougars had scored there and pulled it within 2, who knows? Crazy. This has been a weird tournament, to say the least. This game, with 11 goals in it so far, the highest scoring game of the tournament. Now here's Clark with a shot. Harvey makes the save, and then Clark comes in and gives Harvey a bit of a bump, and that's certainly going to draw a crowd, and Clark is going to get a penalty. And Clark, I don't know how he can be saying, what do you mean, me? Clark is going to get a penalty there. The Gulls will go to their 3rd power play of the game. And I didn't see what was indicated, whether it was slashing or what exactly the call was, but I don't know how Clark could be trying to argue, what do you mean, who me? What did I do? He gave a clear shot to Harvey after the whistle. And they're going to call it unsportsmanlike. Could have called it that, could have called it slashing, could have called it a few things. But either way, it was a definite penalty by the Cougar captain, Brandon Clark. Here's Casey now making a lap of the zone, takes the shot, save made. Cougars get the puck out and down the length of the ice. Harvey comes out of his net to play it. Rutherham ends up intercepting that, trying to take the shot as Harvey was trying to get back into the net, but Rutherham sort of fanned on it. Now here's Casey, 1:07 left to go in the penalty. Casey and Soller go down into the corner with the puck underneath them. Referee telling them to move it. It finally does get moved to Ledrew. Ledrew takes it all the way to the far corner. Now he'll work it up the wall to the top of the face-off circle and give over to Pellerine. Back to Furlong. Furlong with the shot, save made, rebound loose. Picked up there by Ledrew. He tries to go across ice with the pass. Comes back to Ledrew. He plays it to Casey. Now back to the line for Furlong again. Pass for Casey, a little too far in front of him. Puck goes up into the air and hits the netting. with 4:46 left in the game, 31 seconds left in the penalty to Brandon Clark. Again, with the win, the Gulls will finish first in the round robin. They will be the home team in the 5 o'clock semifinal. Furlong skates it along, makes the pass. There's a shot that goes wide, wraps around the boards and down the length of the ice. The Bombers will be eliminated. South Shore and Excel and the Cougars will all be tied on 4 points. So if one of those teams wins that 10 o'clock game, they will have the second seed, and the third seed will depend on the tiebreaker. There's a shot and the save made by McInnes. For McInnes, his 32nd save on 39 shots in this game. We are back to 5-on-5 as the penalty expired just seconds before that shot was taken. If the game between South Shore and Excel Physio ends in a tie, then South Shore and Excel Physio would be the second and third seeds, and they'd play each other again at 7:30. We'll go through all of these scenarios in much more detail once I take some time to actually do all the math of all the potential tiebreakers during the break between games that we're going to have here in another 4 minutes and 2 seconds. But the one thing we can say for sure, provided the Gulls hold on to this 3-goal lead, which does look comfortable, there's a shot from Reeves and a save made by McInnes, is that the Gulls will be the number 1 seed, and they will play in the 5 o'clock semifinal here this afternoon. Puck played up the wall and tried to get it to McMullen, but O'Neill intercepts. He takes the shot, save made, and hung on to for another face-off, and 3:47 now on the clock. If Excel loses and Jungle, Tuck asking the question, how will the 3-way tie work between Excel, Jungle, Jim, and Warewell if Excel loses? The first tiebreaker between the 3 teams, because they all played, or they didn't all play head-to-head, would be more wins. All 3 teams would be on 4 points, but both Excel and the Cougars would have 2 wins, while the Bombers would have a win and 2 ties. So Excel and the Cougars would be 3 and 4. Then it would go to the next tiebreaker, which would be goal differential, or not goal differential, but goals for ratio, and it would depend on the exact outcome of that game. The Bombers would be eliminated. The only way the Bombers would have made the semifinals is if it was a 2-way tie for 4th, with the Cougars getting a point in this game, at least a point, South Shore winning that game. Then, because it was only a 2-way tiebreaker, there's a shot by Shorthall. Because it would have been only a 2-way tiebreaker, the first one would have been head-to-head, and that would have gone in favor of the Bombers. But because it's a 3-way tie, Tuck, it is more wins is the first tiebreaker, because they didn't all play each other head-to-head through the round robin, because it was an incomplete round robin. And so edge goes to Bombers, or edge goes to Cougars and Excel Physio, and then it goes to the next step between Cougars and Excel Physio, but it doesn't revert back to a 2-team tiebreaker between those two. It goes to the next step within the 3-team tiebreaker, which would be the goal differential ratio. 2:24 left in this one, and left in the Bombers' season. Fleming plays it up over the glass, intended to play it off the glass and out. So that is the situation here. Again, whoever wins the game between the, and it would be likewise if it was a 3-way tie between John Jim and South Shore. If Excel Physio won that game, John Old Jim, South Shore, and the Bombers, the first tiebreaker would be the fact that John Old Jim and South Shore both have 2 wins, while the Bombers have a win and 2 ties. Ledrew takes a shot. That goes wide. Minute 48 left to go. John with the puck now. Gets it to Ledrew. Ledrew has it knocked off his stick, but gets it right back. Now back to the line, Fleming. Over to John. John sends it down into the corner. White picks up there, plays it around to the near side. 90 seconds left to go. Puck ends up in the Gulls bench, and I want to take a moment to thank the Wherewell Bombers for having me as part of their crew over the course of this entire season. I got to call a lot of their home games through Petter Pictou Sports. They helped to make sure that I got to be a part of this weekend experience here on 360 Live, so I want to thank the Bombers for everything they've done for me this season. Congratulate them on a great season that they've had, as they are definitely now the first team to have played their last game in this event. 2 other teams are eliminated from semifinal contention, but they still have 1 more round robin game left. We're into the final minute. 3-goal game here. The Gulls will win the round robin and move on to the number 1 seed in the semifinals. McMullen plays the puck ahead. It's into the Gull zone. Back to get it there, Furlong. He circles away from the forecheck of Hutchings. Pass a little bit too far ahead of his man. Now LaFrenz turns it back up to McMullen. 35 seconds left. Hutchings plays it down, picked up by Furlong. He'll take it behind the net. Come out with it, gets around Christmas. Furlong with one last rush. Now he'll just softly send it in. Getting to it is Joseph. He'll just tie it up behind the net as the final 10 seconds now will tick away. And discretion being the better part of valor, just let the clock run out here. It does come out with 1 second left. That will do it. You can write it in ink. The number 1 seed for the semifinals is the team that finished number 1 in the regular season, the Gulls. They'll go into the semis with a record of 3-0-1. The Cougars are in the semis. Their seed yet to be determined. Excel Physio is in the semis. Their seed yet to be determined. South Shore is in the semis. Their seed yet to be determined. And the Bombers have played their last game of 2018-19. Again, to the Bombers, the players who are moving on to midget, best of luck at that next level. To the players who will be back in Major Bantam next season, we look forward to having you back as part of the Wherewell Bombers organization. We still have one more thing to take care of here in this game, and that's players of the game. And when you talk about the Cougars, a few guys come to mind. Reese Allen, obviously, I think he's already won a player of the game. Brandon Clark as well. Riley Seymour, who scored the power play goal to open the scoring for the for the Cougars. He was another one who had a good game. For the Gulls, Gabriel John gets the player of the game. He had a goal. He played very, very well. Congratulations to John and to Seymour for being the players of the game. That'll wrap things up for us here for game number 1. Final score once again. The Gulls win it 7-4. On behalf of my awesome cameraman and technical guru, Neil, this is Michael Petter saying, may your skates always be sharp, may your shots always hit the top shelf. Final score one last time, Gulls 7, Cougars 4. Thanks for watching. We'll back with you again in just a few minutes.